Today, my team and I will be making two different types of tarts. One with an apple filling and one with the sweet potato filling. Along with this demonstration, we will be educating you on the science aspect behind food. With this recipe, there are two key terms that come into play: conduction, caramelization, and then we also have oxidation. Conduction is the process by which heat or electricity is directly transmitted through a substance when there is a difference of temperature or of electrical potential between adjoining regions without movement of the material. This will take place during the baking process, so we'll talk about that more in detail later. Oxidation is the process or result of oxidizing or being oxidized. Think of this rusting for food. Please remember, oxidation is important in the beginning process because we're working with apples. Once they're sliced, they turn brown or begin to oxidize due to exposure to air, which is unappetizing. A good way to prevent this is to place the apple slices in water with lemon juice. Now let's make sure we have all of the ingredients. All of these ingredients are going to be incorporated into the fillings as the puff pastry dough was prepared beforehand. We recommend you doing the same as making the dough is a long process. The recipe we are using here makes about 20 servings. For the apple tarts, we need 4 cups of chopped apples. In this recipe, we'll use Granny Smith apples as they are the most common type of apple used for cooking, and then we'll puree them to create a more smooth filling. Next, we have 1/3 cup of sugar plus 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 1 egg, and 1 tablespoon of milk. Before starting, heat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Have some sheet pans lined with parchment paper at the ready. The first step is to combine the apples, 1/3 cup sugar, cinnamon, and flour in a medium bowl. Here we also have our puff pastry dough, but we're only going to use half of it here. What you want to do is roll 1/2 of it into a rectangle and then cut into small squares. Try to make them consistent in size. Now in a smaller bowl, stir the egg and milk together to create an egg wash, and then brush the edges of each square with it. Take a spoonful of the apple filling and place it in the middle of each square. For the sweet potato pine tart, we'll use 1 large sweet potato, 1/4 cup flour, 1 cup granulated sugar, 1/3 cup brown sugar, 2 tablespoons brown butter, 1 egg, 5 ounces sweetened condensed milk, 2 tablespoons vanilla extract, half teaspoon nutmeg, a pinch of allspice, and 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. Instructions for preparing the sweet potato pine tart are essentially the same as the apple tart. Next, we fold the pastry. We're going to fold them into the form of a triangle with the filling still slightly visible. Then we place them into the refrigerator for 15 minutes, and when we pull them out, we'll brush them with a bit more egg wash and sprinkle the 1 tablespoon of sugar throughout all the pastries. Now we place them onto the sheet pans we had prepared and bake them all for about 10 to 20 minutes or until golden brown. Remember to consistently check to make sure they don't burn. This is where conduction takes place. Baking is a common form of convection cooking, and the heating elements with the oven heat the air, and that then comes in contact with the food. When the pastries are done, be careful in taking them out and let them cool for a couple of minutes before eating. Here are the final results.